Hey everyone, it's the weekend and we're going to do a little project. It's almost 1 a.m. For years I've had these headlamps. They work really good. This one, look at how rough that is. It's just been banging around against things in my vehicle or toolbox for years. It has a micro USB under here. Well, I just bought a whole bunch more because these are actually awesome lights. Even years later, the battery's still good. So these will go at least 4 hours on high when you're working outside. And went on Amazon. I bought a few more black ones, but I learned they also sell them in pink and orange. That's so cool. You're not going to lose those ones. No matter where you drop them, you'll be able to find it. So these flashlights work pretty good. They got the long beam. It's got the long beam low setting. It's got a wide beam, which is good. It has a low wide beam. It has red. It's got flashing red. It also has motion sensing where you just wave your hand in front of your face in case your hand is all oily or dirty. You can turn it on and off easily. I don't like that feature, but it depends what you're using it for. So we're outside now. Here's that fuel trailer I bought a long time ago. If you saw the video of me fixing it up, I took the fuel tank off it, replaced the rotten deck with some nice pressure-treated wood, rewired the the tail lights and stuff on it. Everything works nicely, except there's a few issues with this. If you saw that video, why I'll probably never bring it on the road. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this fuel tank, and I decided to do it on a very cold day at 1 in the morning. It's about maybe 3 degrees. It's barely above zero out, but what I decided I'm going to do with this thing is take the fuel tank off it. That fuel tank I'm just going to leave somewhere in the yard. Maybe we'll use it someday, maybe we won't. It's still a good fuel tank. I do want to repurpose that at some point to run generators. That's why I bought this trailer. I thought I'd be able to use it to go back and forth to the gas station, but obviously this trailer probably shouldn't be on the road for a few reasons. Well, I'm going to take it off and we're going to use it as a yard trailer. I'm going to hook this up to the truck and I'm basically just going to use it to move a big pile of firewood. I usually use my wagon, go back and forth, whole bunch of trips, but I'm just going to use this. Even though we're only going a couple 100 feet, it's going to be helpful still. I'm just going to use it to move firewood around with the truck, just in the yard. So at least we'll get some purpose out of it. So I'm going to get my ratchet. We're going to take this thing off. We're just going to leave the tank here. We'll deal with it in the spring. This cold weather doesn't really bother me as long as there's no wind. Except my fingertips. I'm going to have to get some gloves. I got to remove all this snow here. See? Like that. Where is it? Here's one of the bolts. I'm going to put my ratchet on there, get underneath there with a wrench. There's only 4 bolts. Just removed its license plate. I had it registered and everything, but we're not bringing this on the road. See, it's got new wood, new bolts. We're just going to use it as a yard wagon. We're also going to remove the strap. Oh, I already loosened it. Oh, that's what it is. I can't get the knot off because there's ice in it. So that being said, I'm probably going to bring out a cup of hot water to pour over that knot. And the headlights we'll leave on it for now, but we could always repurpose those. It's just a pre-wired system that I zip tied to it. Put brand new tires on it when I bought it on Craigslist because I was too afraid to ride it home the multiple hours. So those are brand new tires, so this could be a yard trailer for quite a while. But the thing is, people in my comments were saying that they think that the axle here is the front axle of a car, and people were saying it's probably like from the 1940s, 1930s. People were telling me, and I believe it because a lot of people were telling me it, that this axle that it has looks ancient. And the thing that's scary about it is it's got severely rusted tie rod ends, and if those snap, the wheels are going to want to sway because it's the front steering components of a car. For that reason, I don't think it's worth it even trying to fix it at the moment. Yeah, this trailer doesn't even have suspension. It's from a car that old. It doesn't have any kind of suspension or anything on it, or they just didn't transfer those parts over to it. But flatbed trailers don't cost a lot. I could literally get one better than this for under $1,000 on Craigslist if I wanted to. Don't have the need for it now, but this is going to be a yard trailer. Now, what I paid for this, I believe I paid, what, $500-600 for the whole thing. The tank alone is worth that, and the tank is fine. Now the tank is ancient, which means it's very thick compared to what you'd find these days. It's not going to rust through anytime soon. We even took it off this. It doesn't even have pitting. It's a pretty good tank, very solid. Those tanks cost many thousands brand new. So I didn't get really screwed over too badly. We'll use the parts for stuff eventually. But I'm going to now take this thing apart and we can hitch it up to the truck. Just move some firewood around. All right, I got 3 of the 4 bolts holding the tank off. And now, this one is being stubborn. Where is it? It's right there. I'm going to try heating it up because it's like stuck. Not going to make it glowing or anything. I just want to add some heat because that nut, I got the nut to spin, but it's so stuck. That's enough. Gonna give it a shot. And this tank, I don't even know if we can do this. I might have to wait until spring on this whole project because I think this tank is going to be frozen to this thing. That did absolutely nothing. Now you see right here, I was able to spin it a little bit. Look at that. Look how much, this was really tight when we started. Now look at all that play. But yet, I cannot get that nut off. As I spin it, it's just getting tighter and tighter. Alright, so we're going to end up having to cut that one. Look at the ice on this tank. I don't think we're even going to get the tank off the trailer. But this bolt has to be cut. And there's not enough room, I don't think, for bolt cutters, so maybe there are. Finally got through that. See how beat up that thing is? I hit it with a sledgehammer probably 100 times and couldn't get that off. So I had to drag the extension cord out. Okay, we finally got it off. I'm just gonna leave it there until the spring. Then I can move it to the edge of the woods or whatever. So now hopefully I can pull this myself out to where the truck can actually get it, because the truck can't get back here. When there was no snow on the ground, I was able to just, with my own human power, get that there. But with the tank on there, I can't even pull it through the snow. But that tank is probably half the weight. So I'm hoping I can pull this thing now. All right, the last thing to do before we hitch up to the truck is try to get this thing off. This is hot water. That's gonna probably freeze within a minute. It's touching the trailer. Hopefully that's enough to get that knot untangled. It worked. Good, I didn't have to wreck this good Caterpillar tow strap. Alright, it's finally time. Gonna hook it up to the truck. Come on, almost down there. Is it on? I think it's on. Real test will be in a moment, see if I can get it off. Okay, it's getting tighter. Yeah, it's not gonna come off. We're just going around the yard. Don't even have to hook up the chains or anything. literally just going a couple 100 feet down, grabbing wood and coming back. Yeah, this trailer does not appreciate this, just moving it a couple 100 feet. It's rough. You can feel that through the truck because it has no suspension of its own. Now here's the wood pile. Just gonna grab a ton of wood. I'm just gonna park that loaded trailer outside the window and I can just feed it into the basement anytime I want. All right, that's nice. All right, there's probably, I would have probably taken 5 trips with the wagon. A lot easier using the truck because we got to go up a hill with the snow. The 4-wheel drive really helps. We just cleared out a pallet, and that's not exactly stable right there. Some of that's gonna fall when it defrosts, but it's okay. Moisture got in there and that's what's kind of holding it together. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and tarp what's on the trailer, park the trailer next to the house. That's a lot easier. Now the wind can't blow that off.